Follow the Week on Facebook. October 9, 2017. A year ago, The Washington Post released the infamous Access Hollywood tape that featured Donald Trump bragging about sexual assault, and America marked the occasion with a series of grim stories concerning the treatment of women. John Oliver said on Sunday's Last Week Tonight. The biggest was the massive expose in the New York Times detailing decades of sexual harassment allegations against Hollywood mogul Harvey Weinstein, and his response was infuriating, Oliver said. He shared some disgusting new allegations, too. Step aside, chocolate. You are no longer the most horrifying picture that Harvey Weinstein has ever produced, Oliver said. Meanwhile, Donald Trump, the Harvey Weinstein of presidents, had his own surprise for women this week, or at least women who use contraception. Oliver also tackled the week's chaos in the White House, especially the hilarious but deadly serious tensions between President Trump and Secretary of State Rex Tillerson. I guess this is just the type of discussion that we now have on TV, Oliver sighed. Does the Secretary of State think the president is a moron or a fing moron? Because if it's just moron, that actually makes him a moderate. It's HBO, so Oliver doesn't censor the fleeting expletive, meaning this clip has decidedly NSFW language. If that doesn't bother you, you can watch Oliver discuss the Tillerson suicide pact with two other cabinet secretaries and the most frightening thing Trump said last week below. Peter Weber, 12:33 a.m. ET. On Monday night in Philadelphia, the National Constitution Center awarded Sen. John McCain Rares the Liberty Medal for his lifetime of sacrifice and service. Former Vice President Joe Biden presented McCain with the medal. Joe Biden presents John McCain with the National Constitution Center's Liberty Medal, via abcpic.twitter.com Heb5UOTNZ. Kyle Griffin at Kyle Griffin 1 October 17, 2017. In his acceptance speech, a sometimes emotional McCain mixed self-deprecating humor with a strong endorsement of American leadership and participation in the international order we helped build from the ashes of World War, in what was widely seen as a rebuke to President Trump, whom he did not mention. America has become more just and prosperous for having shared its treasures and ideals and shed the blood of its finest patriots to help make another, better world, he said, adding pointedly to fear the world we have organized and led for 3/4 of a century, to abandon the ideals we have advanced around the globe, to refuse the obligations of international leadership and our duty to remain the last best hope of Earth for the sake of some half-baked, spurious nationalism cooked up by people who would rather find scapegoats than solve problems, is as unpatriotic as an attachment to any other tired dogma of the past that Americans consign to the ash heap of history. John McCain Sen. John McCain warns against turning away from international leadership for the sake of some half-baked, spurious nationalism. Pic.twitter.com Kojated Korkto. Anderson Cooper 360 degrees Attack 360 October 17, 2017. McCain clearly wanted that line to stand out. He also unsubtly took a swipe at neo-Nazis and white nationalists, saying we live in a land made of ideals, not blood and soil, and ended on the valedictory note of an elder statesman battling aggressive cancer. Former President Barack Obama tweeted his gratitude and congratulations to his 2008 presidential rival. You can read McCain's speech or watch the entire ceremony. Peter Weber, October 16, 2017. On Monday, President Trump told reporters that Obamacare is dead, killed by his executive orders last week, because he ended the cost-sharing reduction CSRs to insurance companies used to subsidize health care for millions of low-income customers, 70% of whom live in states Trump won. There is no such thing as Obamacare anymore, Trump said. His action prompted Congress to start working on a short-term fix, he added, instead of having lunch and enjoying themselves. A minute later, Trump blamed the purportedly dead law for insurers raising premiums. Sadly, the Democrats can't join us on that, which will be the long-term fix, but I do believe we will have a short-term fix because I think the Democrats will be blamed for the mess. This is an Obamacare mess. When the premiums go up, that has nothing to do with anything other than the fact that we had poor care delivered poorly, written poorly, approved by the Democrats. Trump. The Congressional Budget Office predicted in August that ending the CSRs would raise premiums and the federal deficit, and on Monday, Pennsylvania's insurance commissioner announced that rates on Obamacare exchanges will rise an average of 30.6%, rather than 7.6%, due to President Trump's refusal to make cost-sharing reduction payments for 2018 and Congress inaction to appropriate funds. Trump said he thinks Republicans will still get the healthcare done, adding that while most GOP senators are really great people, a few people disappointed us. really disappointed us. I can understand how Steve Bannon feels. Over the weekend, incidentally, Bannon told the Value Voters Summit he feels that ending the CSRs will blow up the Obamacare exchanges. Peter Weber. Bannon tells Values Voters Summit Trump pulled CSR payments to blow up Obamacare exchanges, make prices skyrocket. pic.twitter.com for Paizo, Josh Marshall at Josh TPM. October 15, 2017. Things that make you go home. October 16, 2017. President Trump claimed Monday that former presidents, including Barack Obama, did not call the families of fallen soldiers, sparking quick and furious outcry on social media. The toughest calls I have to make are the calls where this happens. Soldiers are killed, Trump said. He added, the traditional way. If you look at President Obama and other presidents, most of them didn't make calls. A lot of them didn't make calls. I like to call when it's appropriate, when I think I'm able to do it. Trump on soldiers killed in Niger. President Obama and other presidents, most of them didn't make calls. I call when it's appropriate. pic.twitter.com's Gay 5 Youths, Axios at Axios. October 16, 2017. Alyssa Mastro Monaco, who served as Deputy Chief of Staff for Operations under Obama, tweeted that's a thing lie. To say President Obama or past presidents didn't call the family members of soldiers Kia, HES a deranged animal. What a gross, slanderous thing for Trump to say that other presidents didn't call the families of dead soldiers. Matthew Miller at Matthew Miller. October 16, 2017. Only Monday, but I'd be surprised if Trump utters a more despicable lie this week than saying Obama didn't call families of slain U.S. troops. Tom Kutch at Tom Kutch. October 16, 2017. NBC News. Peter Alexander challenged Trump on the remarks. Earlier you claimed President Obama never called the families of fallen soldiers, Alexander said. How can you make that claim? I don't know if he did, Trump answered. I was told that he didn't often call. And a lot of presidents don't, they write letters. Trump also admitted he had not called the families of the U.S. soldiers killed in Niger 12 days ago. Lang. Trump just said President Obama didn't call fallen soldiers families, now he said he doesn't know. https://t.co7 Niezd Meg Wagner. At Meg Wagner. October 16, 2017. October 16, 2017. Strap Getty Images. A prominent Maltese journalist known for cracking corruption scandals involving her country's highest officials was killed by a car bomb near her home in Bidnia, Malta, on Monday, The Guardian reports. 4 months ago, Daphne Caruana Galizia, 53, linked Maltese Prime Minister Joseph Muscat to the Panama Papers scandal. Muscat and his wife denied claims that they had used secret offshore bank accounts to hide payments from Azerbaijan's ruling family, the BBC writes. Caruana Galizia's investigative work has been hailed abroad, with Politico calling her a one-woman WikiLeaks and listing her as one of the 28 people making and shaking Europe. In her last post, published hours before her death, Caruana Galizia wrote, "There are crooks everywhere you look now. The situation is desperate." On Monday, Muscat condemned Caruana Galizia's murder. "I will not rest until I see justice done in this case," he said. "Our country deserves justice." Lang Menendez corruption trial. October 16, 2017. Tarsos Katopoulos. Getty Images. For Kelly Craft, a federal judge refused Monday to toss out any of the charges against Sen. Bob Menendez D.N.J., in the ongoing corruption trial stemming from his alleged use of office to secure business deals for a friend in exchange for gifts, CBS News reports. Menendez allegedly did government favors for Florida ophthalmologist Salomon Melgen for years in return for lavish presents, including a luxury suite in Paris, flights on a private plane, and thousands of dollars in donations. Menendez's team argued unsuccessfully that a 2016 Supreme Court decision narrowing the definition of bribery should allow for Menendez's case to be tossed. None of what Menendez did qualified as quid pro quo corruption under the revised test, his lawyers said, because Menendez never agreed to perform any specific act when he received specific favors from Melgen, NBC News writes. Menendez's defense attorney, Abby Lowell, also said prosecutors were trying to turn gift-giving that had been common over a 25-year friendship into something it was not. These two men refer to each other as brothers, Lowell said. "We are living in a real world of reality and common sense," concluded U.S. District Judge William Walls. The jury will decide whose version of what happened at didn't happen is more likely than not. Yeva Lang, October 16, 2017. President Trump made it clear Monday that the Affordable Care Act is absolutely, positively, no buts about it dead. Obamacare is finished, Trump said. It's dead, it's gone. It's no longer, you shouldn't even mention it. Pray. Trump, Obamacare is finished, it's dead, it's gone. There is no such thing as Obamacare anymore. https://kpeg6yearpic.twitter.com 6pipeugio ABC News at ABC, October 16, 2017. Last week, the White House announced an end to Affordable Care Act subsidy payments to insurance companies that lowered premiums for low-income customers. There is no such thing as Obamacare anymore, Trump added Monday for good measure. Yeva Lang, see more. Speed reads.